charge of the Broncos. The Dragons, tonight, they come in with great form behind them. They've won their last 4.
Look, I really like what I've seen over the last month or so. You know, their form's been good. The kicking game's been good in particular. They're controlling the ball a lot better, not making those silly mistakes. Let's look at their side, 1 through 17. Clint Greenshields is going to be at the back tonight. Colin Best on one wing and Brett Morris on the other. In the centres, well, will Matt Cooper come back for New South Wales for the decider in Game 3 and partner Mark Gasnier, his partner here at the Dragons. At 5'8", well, this fella is so versatile. Fullback, halfback. Tonight he's going to play 5'8" and captain, and at least he won't have to steer the side around the paddock because they get their number 1 halfback, Matthew Head, back from injury. I'll be very keen to see how he plays this evening. The forwards, this is where the battle will be won. As you said, they're up against an Origin quality pack. Ben Creagh, Matt Bickerstaff and Sam Eismunger. In the front row, Luke Bailey backing up after Origin. Dean Young, have a look at him, selectors. He would go very well on the Blues bench come Game 3. And Justin Poor. On the bench, as we reported, Michael Henderson is out, so it's Riles and Wicks. And the other 2 tonight will be Charlie Liano and Aaron Gorrell. They're coached by Nathan Brown.
Broncos coming into the match, currently second on the competition on 20 points. The Dragons 7th on 18. Tony Archer in his 117th first grade match.
Stay behind.
Broncos to run from right to left. The time on. Locklear's kick-off going down. 5 metres out from the Dragons line. The number 10 comes back to the punishment, Justin Poor.
Hold! Go!
12 away from the Dragons line for the second play of the night.
2, move! Hold! Go! Offside!
Eismunger it was on that play for the Dragons. Now for Bailey, who was one of the stars who didn't play at Wynn Stadium when the Dragons put that fairly tidy defeat on the Broncos earlier this year. It's the back rower, Bickerstaff. Hornby a dummy half then for Head. He played a few games this year, Matthew Head. And Carmichael Hunt brings it back and he's put away 10 metres out from the Brisbane line.
Played just 3 games this year, Matthew Head, but a good start there. He got a nice kick down, found open space and field position. News coming out of St George Illawarra camp about Head is that his knee is much stronger than when he made his comeback early this season.
Carlaw now. Brad Thorne in jumper number 14. Webke. Something about playing against St George Illawarra for Shane. He scored 16 tries in his career, and 5 of those tries have come in matches against the Red and Whites. Oh, knocked on by Greenshields. 30 metres out from his own line, centre ground.
And a good sign here for Broncos supporters. The first man down there on chase was Darren Lockyer. His chasing game in Origin on Wednesday night was absolutely outstanding. But the first man down there again, when Clint Greenshields drops the ball, is the Broncos captain, who comes steaming down, puts him under pressure to pick it up quickly.
Ball in. Ball in. Out.
Broncos then with an early opportunity.
To me. Hold. Hold.
Sean Berrigan
Go.
in the 19, but playing in the 9, but playing in the centres, and Maguire in 19, playing at dummy half. Just inside the Dragons' 20-metre line for Sivanasiva to play the ball. Maguire away to Payne. It's gone on to Perry, I should say. That Lockyer's pass goes to ground.
Well, that's very interesting from the Broncos. That's their pet play. They normally go the second man behind to get Carmichael Hunt involved and hopefully on a 3-on-2 on the outside. But this time they go for the surprise tactic, the shock tactic. They give it to the decoy man. In fact, if you have a look there, if they'd have gone to Carmichael Hunt, it had opened up on the outside for him.
They should have gone the outside. They'd have had 3-on-1 comfortable.
That's Bickerstaff. So the Dragons with somewhat of a let-off there. Ben Creagh in the blue headgear. And Bailey now with a struggling run, 35 metres out from his line.
They continue to watch out for that play from the Broncos, especially when they go right to left. So that would be coming towards Gasnier and Best. There's some sloppy work again. Sees Brisbane come up with the football.
He's indicated a knock-on against the Dragons. So the Broncos will feed the scrum 30 metres out.
You indicated, Peter, that all these Broncos starting 6 forwards have played Origin football. Only one of them played on Wednesday night. I'd imagine the other 5 are pretty jealous. That'd be a bit of motivation for them this evening.
Brisbane again with another opportunity, and Brent Tate pulled down on the 30-metre line, play towards the eastern side of the ground, and a blindside play for Casey Maguire now. 20 away from the St George line. This time, can they go through the set without mistake? Sivanasiva will play it in the middle of the ground almost. 12 metres away. Maguire, then for Perry, in, out, back to Webke, and I don't know that the big bloke was expecting it. I know one thing, he took one hell of a shoulder.
Yeah, well, if Shane Webke wasn't expecting the ball, the Dragons were expecting him. You mentioned that he has scored 5 tries against this team, and all from that play. Inside passes, back on the inside from the first receiver. They shape like they want to go wide to Lockyer, and then Webke looms up on the inside.
Hornby taking the tap to get us going again. Justin Poor now, wrapped up by Sivanasiva and Carlaw. Here's Bailey. A couple of tough runs for him in the early part of the game. Thorne and Webke the tacklers. Young, face ball across for Gasnier onto Cooper. Both centres on the same side. 40-metre line, Dragons end of the park, played by Colin Best. Gasnier with a left foot step able to beat Brad Thorne, but not able to beat David Stagg. One of the Origin casualties from the first Origin side, chosen by the Queensland selectors. Hornby for Head. Head with a little kick in behind the winger on the far side. That is Fraser Anderson. Vinny and Louis, the Kiwi representatives, of course, his brother. He's one of the 3 brothers who's been in the Philippines for a couple of years as a Mormon missionary. Fraser Anderson.
He's the middle brother. Another good crowd in tonight here at Suncorp, and why not? Buoyed by what they saw Wednesday night. Expecting more of the same. We saw Gasnier throw the ball to Matt Cooper. Nathan Brown very keen to get those players together as often as possible. In fact, when these sides met in round 4, Gasnier played at 5'8" with Lockyer. Speaking of 5'8", goes crossfield, picks up the number 5, Darius Boyd, back on the inside.
So the 18-year-old plays the ball, and Brad Thorne shoulders it outside the 20-metre line before succumbing to the defence of Gasnier. This is the Dragons' right side defence. Their left side defence is very, very good, very strong. Best in the league, their left side defence. And that wouldn't come as any great shock, particularly to Peter Sterling. With Matt Cooper over on that side. Sterlo has Cooper right up there amongst the best centres in the world, particularly in defence. Lockyer then, just talking to his players prior to taking the kick for line.
Been almost a nervous start so far from the Dragons. A couple of drop balls early, including one from Clint Grunschel was almost too easy. Need to get their minds on the job as Sivanasiva takes it inside the 30.
20 metres in from touch on the western side of the ground. Perry, a short pass to a wide-running Brad Thorne. Casey Maguire. Lockyer drifting. Goes back to the second man, Carmichael Hunt, and Berrigan, he's done it again! Oh, can't he score a try? Can't he find the line? Sean Berrigan had a brilliant game off the bench 2 nights ago. He's found the line at the Caxton Street end of this ground tonight again.
I think they're going to have a look at an obstruction rate. To me, the naked eye looks okay. Lockyer will go right to the line with the 13 there, Stagg, and it'll be whether or not he has taken out a Dragons player. He has, but I don't know that he could have interfered with the scoring of the try.
Well, they are giggling, Brisbane. Every time they put this play on, they score from it. And the centres and the wingers are racking up good totals out of it. It's a pet play. You saw it on the far side. On that occasion, they hit the flat man. This time, they came to their favourite side. When they go right-left, they are very, very dangerous. Because he frees it there. You can see that Sivanasiva has gone that way. We've got another decoy going there. Carmichael Hunt comes up involved, and all of a sudden on his outside you've got 1-2 up against that third defender. Play continues. And then it's just a matter of Hunt making a decision.
Lockyer with the job that he doesn't want, but he's kicked a beauty. He has landed a Bobby Dazzler from the sideline. 6-0, Andrew.
I think the key to that play is the fact that Carmichael Hunt is really making better decisions nowadays. As Peter said, he's got 3 options when he comes down there. Himself, the first runner, or the outside runner.
Look at this Webke bringing the ball back. Just taking it back without any fear at all. No thought of self-preservation. Lockyer, he's on fire tonight. Berrigan down this side again. Has to succumb and surrender in that tackle as he got very close to the western touchline. David Stagg wrestling with Ben Hornby. Hornby and Best win the battle.
Gus is right, Ray. There are 5 forwards out there, outside of this man, Petro Sivanasiva, who inspired Wednesday night, who wanted to be a part of it Wednesday night. They haven't been, so this is their opportunity tonight to shine.
Perry away for Hunt, and Hunt comes to Ben Cray and he puts him down. That's the 40-metre line, Dragons end of the park. For Perry. And it's a high kick, and Greenshields, of course, had memories of one that he put down earlier. I guess he did. He's lost this one. He's lost it. He's having an awful night, young Clint. A break at 6-0 Brisbane. Now, I was talking about Clint Greenshields. Just watch this. Watch this, the knee. He gets an accidental hit. I'm not sure whether the knee made contact with the head before or after he dropped the ball.
The knee actually hit the ball out and then hit him in the head and knocked him out.
Broncos get the scrum feed nevertheless. Lockyer goes to Berrigan. They're having a real party down the left side at the moment. Lockyer and Berrigan. Very valuable component to Brisbane's Wayne Bennett is Sean Berrigan. Thorne now strains and struggles and gets it within 5 metres of the line. Maguire's dummy half work good. Lockyer wide, Hunt. Left, right step, down, 10 metres out. Tackle by Cooper. Tate, Lockyer, Sivanasiva, Perry. Stagg might have taken one high. He has, it's a penalty, they might take the shot.
They're on a bit of a roll. But the Broncos quite subdued. Happy to take the 2. Stagg coming through. Oh, dear, oh dear.
Well, Dean Young was the man spoken to. It was a little bit higher than number 9.
Lockyer taking the kick instead of taking the quick tap. And that may be due to the fact that he knows he's got a fair bit of personnel backing up from last Wednesday night.
They've been terrific the last couple of weeks, the Dragons playing in wet weather football. You remember that game against the Eels and the Panthers where they've been very slow contests. I just think the early part of this game, the first 12 minutes, because they're playing on a dry track, the speed of the game has actually sapped them a little bit. Broncos have come out hard and fast. The Dragons haven't had a game like that for a while.
Hornby with the restart. Here's Webke, look at this. Gee, I love watching him play. He's one of the best front row forwards I've ever seen play the game, Webke. Sivanasiva. Great combination, isn't it? Webke, Sivanasiva. One of the great front row combinations. Benny Eichen sideline.
Look, I want you to keep your eyes on a bloke by the name of Mark Gaznia tonight. He didn't see a whole heap of ball on Wednesday night. It's been a great start by the Broncos, but if momentum swings to the St George Dragons' way, watch for this bloke to absolutely explode.
Ben Eichen on the sideline tonight with Andrew Voss. As Thorne plays the ball, it comes away to Perry. And the chasers were onside. And Shields is able to burrow between the oncoming defence. I don't know that he's 100%.
I thought he might, at one stage, was going to stay down there, having done his knee in an awkward fall on that occasion. It's been a very unfortunate start for Clint Greenshields. The only good thing for him is things can only get better.
You know, I'm watching some of the things Dean Young is doing these days. Tonight is another perfect example. He's got all the attributes. He's doing the job of first receiver. He gives me the impression he could play 5/8 with no problem at all. He's just a versatile player.
He was 9.5 out of 10 against Penrith last week. playing a different role as the Dragons go wide. A little bit of space out there. Here's Ben Cray in the headgear tonight after that head clash with Corey Payne. Spins out of a tackle, over halfway, still going.
Ben Cray is down to the 30-metre line. Oh, that ball's gone forward, hasn't it? He didn't call it back. Cooper will score. Cooper scores. Dragons are in. And a forward pass can't be interfered with by the video referee.
Well, I have to say, Tony Arch was a fair way away. Probably would have come down to a touch judge call. As we freeze it there, you can see that the Broncos have dropped players back deep, and all of a sudden there are 3 attacking players as we continue. Ben Cray, the big blue headgear tonight, comes to 3 Broncos and spins out of them, turnstiled them, and then got up and kept going. Now, look at the hands.
Oh, listen to the crowd.
That needed to be a touch judge call, who was in line with the winger on the outside. He had the very best view of that, and he's called play on.
I got no doubts it was a forward pass. And here's the kick from Matthew, head squeezing between the uprights. 8-6 then to score, Broncos over Dragons.
Nice hit back by the Dragons. Here's Benny Cray. Well, I won't talk too much about the pass. We can worry about that later. But Benny Cray himself is a player who came into first grade as a winger centre. He's graduated into the back row. He's played a little bit of minor representative football. But injuries have sort of stunted his development a little bit. He's now on the open market. I reckon he'd be a terrific buy for someone. This kick's gone dead, Rabbits.
Good play by Matthew Head. He's read the rule book, Matthew Head. He puts his back leg, or he puts a foot, I should say, over the dead ball line and forces it to be a penalty back at the middle. Yes. So Head, dragging a foot out, makes it into a penalty. Dragons immediately go onto the offensive. Eismunger in 11 will play it. Hornby shows it. Second man, Young, bounces 4 times, batted by Head, taken by Cooper. God, that was straggly stuff. Cooper plays it. Gasnier's over there with him now. He's got Fraser Anderson hanging on. Got a ball away to Cooper. 25 metres away from the Brisbane line. Broncos, now it's your turn to take some pressure. Here's Bailey. Sivanasiva and Webke making the tackle inside the 20. Hornby, well done. Young, likewise. Gasnier, oh, look out for an obstruction. No, it's play on.
The defenders weren't impeded. They had a good shot at him despite the run. Last tackle, Head goes towards the post, too long.
Far too long.
Bad kick. Bad kick, poor end of the set of 6. They had the Broncos on the ropes. Here's Gasnier. I think it is a penalty now. I know what you're saying, no one was impeded, but we have to discourage players running behind their teammates' back. It should just be automatic penalty.
Sivanasiva then.
He knew it, Gasnier. He pulled up.
Webke now on the second play for the Dragons. Andrew sideline.
Bit of ebb and flow about the match too. What has happened, the crowd has certainly got all riled up with that try being awarded and the missed forward pass, but it really has fired up the Dragons. They've come back. That's about their best 3 or 4 minutes of the match so far.
Can I ask you a question from down where you're watching the game? What did you think?
Oh, it was forward. Even Ben Eichen thought it was forward, which is a surprise from the Queenslander.
Well, don't blame the referee. The touch judge was directly in line with it. He had the best call on it from the officials involved, and he's the one that would have tipped to the referee either way.
So Casey Maguire sending it down the ground for Morris. And he's held on the 20-metre line, tackled by Maguire. Now Greenshields with a dummy half run, straight up the middle, and probably half hoping to get a penalty out of the markers. 40 away from their own line with Bickerstaff.
Jason Riles into the game now as Colin Best makes a good run up the middle and finds Hornby, who finds Young.
Young with another big run, and they go to the right, but that ball travelled forward. Eismunger. It's 8-6 in favour of the Broncos. taken by Cray and Cooper. Here's Maguire coming away and showing it and then taking the tackle. Webke not happy about something. I thought he was abusing the referee, but he was laying down the law to a couple of teammates, Webke. He was running, looking for the ball from Maguire. Here's Morris for St George Illawarra, taken by Tate. Now Bickerstaff, socks down man. Reminds me of a bloke called Dane Sorensen. Always the socks down. Good work, St George Illawarra. Now Colin Best is flying down the right side. Colin Best, he will score! Colin Best scores for the Dragons. Brilliant passing by the inside men, including Eismunger.
They come to this side and we freeze it there. You can see that this man is the widest. He's got three attacking players coming at them. What they've got to do is get it to this man in the unmarked space as play continues. Catch, pass, beautiful ball, out in front to Colin Best. He's a try scorer. He was their leading try scorer by a mile last year, and he's put a little bit of an in and away on Carmichael Hunt.
So, Matthew Head from 10 in from touch. He's got this. He's got this. Drawn it round. Converted try, Dragons.
Just watch this winger, Colin Best, from head on. As he knows he's in the clear, he knows there's support players, but he sizes up Carmichael Hunt. He's had one little glance at the corner post. He's gone in to give himself some room to swerve, and then just with a change of pace, he's able to beat the fullback with sheer speed.
He's a high stepper too, isn't he?
Oh, it's speed. Benny Eichen sideline.
Oh, he's been outstanding boy for the Dragons, Colin Best. He come out of Cronulla via Hull. He's been here now for quite a while and been an absolutely outstanding form. He's one of those players that just glides. He got to Carmichael Hunt, said, "See ya, Carmichael, see ya."
It's a long way to go from Cronulla to Cogger, isn't it, via Hull? But he did exactly what Ben Eichen said. Try-scoring freak, Colin Best. Now Hornby, now Gasnier. Chance for the Broncos. This match going from end to end. Thorne, 10 metres into opposition territory. 8-0 they led, the Broncos. They came out of the traps, they came out so quickly. But the Dragons, they just dusted themselves off a bit. And here's Hannant, the big blonde-headed bench forward, taking it to the 30-metre line. Dragons end, centre ground, Bailey the tackler. Maguire, Perry, Stagg angling away, back into the middle. Webke's having a spell. Maguire's pass from dummy half was bad. Now Carmichael Hunt, and in he goes again, the winger. But did the corner post go? Darius Boyd wrestling with the corner post.
He'll need to be Houdini to have scored this. Best did enough to stay with him. He was tempted to come in, but did enough to stay close. And Clint Greenshield puts his body on the line here. His feet haven't touched the sideline as Boyd gets close now. Greenshield coming across.
Well, he's dropped it. Forget about the feet, forget about the sideline, forget about the corner post, he dropped the ball.
No try, scrum.
And there you can see St George Illawarra score points. Didn't get to the kick in the first set of 6 from the restart. Give the opportunity to the opposition and you can pay the price. First responsibility or priority after scoring points is to make sure you get your kick next set.
Play by Young. Gorrell's out there in 17. Bailey swamped by Broncos. Gorrell, the player that I said is out there, is in 17. He's proving to be a very valuable player at the Dragons. I'm just wondering why they're talking with Simon Wolford, given that Gorrell's in this equation. There's probably a simple answer from Peter Doust. Played by Craig. Gorrell's pass was a beauty to head. He'll get the regather. Gasnier's there. The pass goes back to Lockyer. They had them shot to ribbons.
Well, Luke Bailey's disappointed. He was the man on the inside of Mark Gasnier. He had open space. I don't know whether the big bull had the speed to go all the way, but he was definitely in a better position for the pass. In fact, I don't think he'd have outsped Sean Berrigan.
The kick was the play. Players on the outside were screaming for the second kick.
So 7-7 now. What about Gasnier? He was running in a line of players, and when the kick left the boot of head, they all sprinted, and Gasnier put 5 metres on the other blokes. He put 5 metres on them in a metre. Geez, he lengthened quickly. He's very fast, isn't he? He's explosive. Oh, mistake by Morris at the back. Dived on by Colin Best. He looks up at Morris, the other winger, as if to say, thanks for that. I've got a set of knees in the back accidentally. Hannon oh, Lacey's out there now too, the 17. Played by Morris. Gorrell back for Riles. Jason will play it on the 30-metre line. Gorrell on his own 40.
Got a problem with Ben Hannant out there after that last tackle as Ben Hornby gets a kick off the side of the boot straight to Darius Boyd on the full. Hannant in all sorts of trouble, has already motioned to the sideline.
There's Ben Hannant. His brother, of course, is that very good swimmer. And here's a high shot. And it was on Fraser Anderson.
Benny Hannant needs assistance to get to the sideline. He was trying to race off. Geez, they're not high shots. Crikey, there's got to be something done about that. If a high shot like that decides a premiership, poor old Benny Hannant, he's done his knee. And he was trying bravely to get to the sideline, but there was no one to help him.
Darren Lockyer finding the line. Right underneath our commentary position on the western side of this great stadium, as Andrew pointed out at the top of the show. How lucky are you to be in the best seats in the house as Hannant goes up the tunnel, but best seats in the house at the best rugby league stadium in the world. Brad Thorne is 30 away from the line. Lacey reminds me of somebody, and I just can't remember who. My goodness, he's a look-alike for somebody.
Well, he's definitely the Chris Guyder, Mark Schulman mould. More like Chris Guyder. That's where he plays as Lockyer. Again comes the short side second man.
And it's Carmichael Hunt joining in, blistering stuff by the Broncos with Darius Boyd playing it. Berrigan was there. Lockyer's given it. Staggs passed it. Perry's with the ball. Turns it in for Brad Thorne. The big fella is 2 metres from the line. Pulled down by the 15. Here goes a scurry from Lacey. He loses the ball. Dragons with it.
Oh, he was trying to crawl his way there.
He was indeed. He was indeed.
Well, the crawly play didn't work out of dummy half on that occasion. He had a bit of space with players on the right-hand side. Did try to keep it alive, knew at the last, but they forced a mistake with their defence, Brisbane. Here's Perry with support on the inside. Dummies finds Boyd.
Darius Boyd, 12 metres out from the Dragons line. Playing it back for Perry, goes to Berrigan, now to Webke, taking it up to Bailey and Riles, and Lacey. Away to the right goes the little bloke, to Perry. Too short, too fancy. It is 12-8 Dragons on a busy week of rugby league. Sunday we go to Carrara Stadium for what will be a wonderful game. The Cowboys have got to get themselves back into a winning frame of mind. They take on the Dogs and Cowboys in what has become a traditional match at the Gold Coast, but all that, I suppose, is going to end when the Titans join in next year. Here's Bailey. Thought he was hurt for a moment. Gasnier.
He is hurt. Bailey's come straight to the sideline rail. Maybe that was a plan because Liano was already there, but of course the World Cup footy show spectacular on later that night. I was talking about Sunday. There's Bales. A little dusty.
So his head again with a kick. Broncos play to the ball. This is play on. No, he's called it back.
Got a double knock on here, has he?
Interesting to see which way the scrum feed goes. They're going to give it to the Dragons, yeah. It's knocked down by Carlaw. It wasn't ruled a charge down, and then knocked on by the Dragons. So a little more possession for the team with the big red V. This is shaping up to something special, Rabbits. How's your voice after Wednesday night? Can you go the distance?
I think I'll make it. Gasnier taken by Berrigan and Perry. Ooh, Gasnier got up and he's nailed the marker. When I say nailed, he's just pushed him straight over. Perry. Silly stuff, Mark, because it's a dead set penalty if you've got a referee that is looking to officiate by the book totally.
Well, there's no excuse to give away a penalty when you're in possession.
Cray will play the ball 30 out from the Broncos line. Gorrell, good ball, long ball. Hornby, lovely. Head has sent it out there on the second bounce for Morris, and he's taken by Tate. Tate and Fraser Anderson coming in over the top. Hornby, his kick dead in goal. I wonder is Bailey back in the sheds. I'm just wondering whether Hornby is firming all the time in the minds of the New South Wales selectors. I was talking to one of them last night and his name seemed to get mentioned a lot.
Mate, I've heard 1,000 names this week. Hornby to 5'8", Gasnier to 5'8", Gower to 5'8",
Hill to 5'8".
Hill to 5'8".
Played by Thorne. Now, the concern is for Bailey, Andrew. What have you got?
Yeah, not a great concern at the moment. Yes, they have taken him to the dressing room, but it is just a cork above the knee. They're expecting him to be right to return to the game. Still waiting on the full diagnosis for Ben Henner.
Friday with a great run for Brisbane. Wayne Bennett said he played his best game on Wednesday night, and then he said to him, now what about giving me the same performance?
He should have done with his three Dragons players. There wasn't a Bronco within 15 metres. Kicked by Tate. Green Shields there. Chases are through. Anderson, Lockyer claim him.
That's as funny a thing as I've ever seen. Sam Thaiday coming in. He's got no one in support, but he throws the biggest dummy of all time. Wally Lewis used to try that.
Head sending Cooper down the left side. And Cooper's lost the ball trying to get it away as he went towards the sideline. This will be Brisbane's loose head and feed.
What's Thaiday? Big, strong, through he goes, throws a dummy. He says, that's work, I'll throw another one. There's no one there. Big Sam said the dummy worked the first time, I'll try her again.
The only thing that would have been funny was if the fullback had a fallen for it.
So Brisbane's Fraser Anderson to the halfway line. Thorne. They put a bit of thought into the naming of their three boys, didn't they? The Andersons, Fraser, Lewis, Vincent. They don't sound like rugby league names, but they've made it to the top level. Through from Lacey, then to Perry, on to Lockyer, and Eastwood makes the mistake. It's play on, advantage Dragons. Cooper with the ball.
Again, the second man play. If Lockyer could have found Carmichael Hunt, they were in acres of space in behind the man.
Jason Riles taken by Thaiday and Eastwood. Now from Gorrell. Head, just a catch and a pass. Is that Danny Wicks out there now? In 16, he gets up. He wants to push the marker. Here's Hornby. Off his left foot. Still going to the 20. The ball comes out backwards. Gasly is with the ball. Taken by Stagg. Green Shields. 15 out is Hornby. So is Young. Now he's 10. Centre ground. Gorrell again. Look out, Broncos. Here they come. Heads pass. Intercepted, and Fraser Anderson it is.
Good work by Matty Cooper too. That could easily have been a try to the Broncos had Matty Cooper not been awake. He realised the head pass could have been intercepted, and rather just lunged forward for the ball himself, he took the Broncos player. Look at this, it comes out, but Cooper nails him. Cooper didn't go through looking for the ball. He realised the intercept was on and saved it.
Friday under that tackle there.
Great shots there from the sideline camera. Well done, boys.
Webke throwing a ball that was meant to go over the head of Lockyer. It's out to Darius Boyd. Boyd is taken by Best. Gasnier an assist. From Berrigan it goes to Perry, and Perry keeps it low, and it's going end on end, finding the line. About 7 away from the corner post. Good game, this.
Yeah, it is a good game. Gee, that was an unselfish play by Cooper. Yeah, that could have easily gone so bad for the Dragons. Head through a bad pass. And he really he summed the situation up beautifully. There's the bad pass. He realises the intercept's on, so he stops and says, well, I'm not an attacker, I'm now a defender. That's tremendous play. Really smart play from Matty Cooper. He gave up the chance to be a hero to become a hero. If that makes sense.
I've given up trying to work some of them out. They sound good, though. They sound good. Play by Young. Gorrell gives. Hornby, Cray. 22 out from his own line. Ben Cray. Good young player. Gorrell. And they work a little play close to the ruck, and Hornby is tackled. Put down by Eastwood and Thorne. Gorrell turning it back in, looking for the big fella, Gasnier.
You're just waiting for him to break free, aren't you? Every time he handles the ball.
I just love watching him play. Particularly love watching him in the open spaces running. Cooper. Almost able to get it away to the big bloke in 16, Ricks, who I was going to tell you earlier, he's got a bee in his bonnet about something as the ball goes out on the full. He's had a couple of run-ins with Brent Tate over on the other side, this fellow I'm talking about. There's the ball going out on the full.
Well, he's a good young player, Wicks, but he doesn't need that in his game at the moment. You mentioned Ben Cray, Ray. He normally plays on that left side, but with Wicks coming into the game, Ben's actually come to the right-hand side. Equally dangerous, but we've seen him more often on the far side as the Broncos look to take advantage of that kick out on the full with 2 to go to the break.
Brad Thorne is right on the opposition 40-metre line. Friday. Oh, it's gone badly astray. Through the hands of Lockyer, it's gone to Carmichael Hunt, who comes to Cooper and invites him to come a bit closer, but Cooper waits, and it goes to Tate. They open up their game plan, the Broncos, as it comes back to the middle for Webke. Webke plays it back for Lacey. Then for Perry, now for Lockyer. Lockyer rifles it to Berrigan. Oh, Darius Boyd has put it down. I'm not saying he was going to score. He had the fullback coming across who was using the sideline to his advantage. But then he put it down.
Yeah, there's plenty of cover, but there was also a bit of support back on the inside. Darren Lockyer was coming through. It was the end of a pretty poor set from the Broncos, who were given an opportunity. They did very little with the first 3 rucks, and then came wide again with a mistake. So after a blistering start, they will go into the break 4 behind. The game evenly poised, as the score indicates. Here's another mistake.
Ball has been knocked on, so 30 seconds left on the clock.
Brisbane players pointing to the forward pack to get set so that time off will be blown, as it just been by the referee.
So the Broncos have got one last spin of the wheel.
A bit premature saying they're not trailed by 4 at half-time. They could lead by 2 possibly.
Lacey for Perry. Thaiday good off the ball. Oh, and Colin Best came through for the intercept. He almost had a grab on it. His head went back, and he's so disappointed. He was about to run 80 metres and score. And we know, don't we, they wouldn't have caught him. Benny Aiken.
Who's going to come out in this second 40, fire up and get their side home?
Tonight at 10, England v New Zealand Commonwealth Bank Series action from Bellreeve.
Yes, brilliant.
One day international cricket, Fox Sports 1 tonight at 10. England v New Zealand. Cricket on Fox Sports. How good is it?
See the best backyard in the world in the best four-wheel drive in the world. The new 3- and 5-door Pajero.
To this, the Caribbean, chilling at the ICC Cricket World Cup Finals in 2007, absolutely free. Could happen for you and 3 friends, thanks to Fox Sports ICC Cricket World Cup coverage on air and online at foxsports.com.au. You could win return flights, 15-day cruise and tickets to the ICC Cricket World Cup Final. Enter now at foxsports.com.au and catch the ICC Cricket World Cup in 2007 on Fox Sports and online from March 13th.
The best in world tennis rock on court with Fox Sports. Live and active. From 11 a.m. daily, choose from 2 live matches. Plus, stay up to date with the news and views option. And if you can't catch it live, catch up with comprehensive replays nightly. The Australian Open, 24/7 on Fox Sports 2.
So, we're just waiting for this second half to commence. It was a crazy first half, wasn't it? They adjusted the betting very quickly in the game. Broncos went from about 5-4 against to 3-1 on. And then the Dragons rounded them up. And, of course, they have their nose in front now. 12-8 the score. The Sydney Dragons against the Brisbane Broncos. Webke. First play of the second half. The 18 is out there for the Dragons. Charlie Liano or whatever his name is. You might be able to help me with that one, Pete.
Yeah, just throw them together, eh? You get Liano and away we go.
Thaiday. Here's Lacey with a little scurry. I don't think he's as big as Mark Shulman. Now he's taken a facial massage, but I think he might have got something in the back here. This is Ian Lacey.
I think he gets Jason Riles, the referee, for the massage to the face. I think, I'm assuming with the arm or the last push up there wasn't a lot in it. And that's not the reason he's down hurt.
Oh, gee, watch Darren Lockyer go then.
5 years he's been in the system. Lacey as a halfback and hooker.
Charlie, move!
Brad Thorne.
He's limping badly. He couldn't get across the dummy half there. He's going to come off, Lacey.
Thaiday. I'll have to stop him soon because now he's only 12 metres out from the line. Gasnier got the job done. Lacey to come off. Through from Perry to Lockyer. And now they find Eastwood out of the centres. Eastwood will make it. Eastwood will score. Greg Eastwood. The Kiwi has scored for the Broncos. He has shown us a couple of times this year that he's got ability.
A good hitter, but some great footwork here. As we freeze it there, he's gone in and come away, and that's opened up this gap here. He's done it all himself as play continues. In and away, beats the man, and then another right footstep on this occasion to beat Greenshirts.
Lockyer's missed it.
Lockyer misses. Greg Eastwood has just given something to the Broncos that they haven't had for 3 years.
12-all the score.
Let me just clarify what I'm saying about this bloke, Greg Eastwood. All the Broncos back rowers over the years have been big, tall, rangy blokes who can only run in the one direction at the wrong time. This fella can step and run and is quick. Get him out on the edges there with Lockyer. Get a partnership going. That's the brightest thing I've seen from the Broncos in years.
He came on and played wing the other day.
Yeah, he can play anywhere. But having seen that, if I was the Broncos coach, I would just have him as a back rower for the rest of his career because he is exactly what they've been missing.
Brad Thorne plays the ball. Maguire in 19. Perry 7. Lockyer 6. Now Berrigan. Berrigan looking to unload as Hornby makes the tackle. Gasnier comes in to complete it with Colin Best. Stagg for Perry for Friday. And he's tackled just outside the 30-metre line. Middle of the ground. Charlie Liano making the tackle in 18. Ball on the bounce and a kick put in by Darius Boyd. And it's still in the field of play and the Dragons are with the ball.
Well, that was a wonderful pickup from Darren Lockyer. Pass from dummy half was a shocker. That one wasn't a whole lot better.
Dragons have really got to be careful here. They're throwing long passes, playing inside their own 10-metre line. It's fraught with danger.
Got Luke Bailey back out there now, Ray. Charlie Liano has gone off behind the dead ball line.
Riles is with the ball. From Gorrell to Hornby to Cray. He runs straight at one of the little blokes. And it's Perry. And Perry is all over the place. He's absolutely in Disneyland. Shane Perry. Carmichael Hunt. Taken by Danny Wicks in 16.
Geez, good this kid, Carmichael Hunt. There's Perry getting himself back in, trying to clear the cobwebs. Carmichael Hunt played 2 nights ago. The way he returned the ball was outstanding.
Maguire down the right side, the short side for Maguire to give it to Tate. Played back to Maguire and then for Friday and then for Lockyer and the second man for Webke. Webke turned Ben Hornby into a speed hump. Maguire goes out to the 30-metre line. Friday.
He might have missed the tackle, Ben Hornby, but he made a great decision to come in. He stopped possibly a try as Lockyer goes high towards the post. Morris, good take. Under pressure, post in his way. But Ben Hornby had to come in because another overlap was developing on the far side. He missed the tackle, got pushed off, but he stopped the ball being thrown to the outside supports.
Bailey, wrapped up by Webke. Originally, he was taken by Friday. Gasnier has Berrigan dragging along the ground before shaking him free. And now Gasnier on the 40-metre line. Will play the ball back to Colin Best. Lacey moving just a little bit better, but clutching around the kidney area. Matthew Head's kick will find the line at the junction of the 20-metre line. Brisbane's end of the ground.
Yeah, he's looking a little bit deeper, or 4 deeper there. He is a little bit rusty tonight, but that's to be expected to some degree. The instincts are right. Just the execution there. You can see him going through with Danny Wicks what he expects, what he wants. Young fellow who's impressed in just a couple of first-grade games. Already got a couple of tries next to his name.
Remiss of me not to say it earlier. Happy birthday, Peter Sterling.
That's falling.
Terribly sorry about leaving it so late in the night. Tate. Maguire. Thorne running it at Bailey. On his own 30. Now Carmichael Hunt comes up into the play, up into the front line. Almost to halfway. Maguire. Stagg. Having an angle back across to play the ball. Perry. He's okay again. Look at Lockyer's chase on this. Look at Lockyer. He's leading the rest of his teammates by 100 yards. And he's been doing it all night. And this is a bloke that backed up from Wednesday from a man of the match performance.
I was just talking to Alfie Langer in the corridors at half-time, and he said to me that Darren Lockyer's game on Wednesday night was the best he's seen from him in 3 years. He said it was tremendous and just what Queensland needed. Certainly answered the challenge. You know the best thing about this game, Rabbits? Neither of these two teams is worried about losing. Neither team thinks they're going to lose this. Both of them think they're working towards a win.
Gasnier's out wide. Loves to isolate out there. Some poor innocent defender. This goes astray.
But Ben Hornby is claiming that he was tackled before receiving the football. I think it was David Stagg who was out there. Gasnier puts the in and away on Sean Berrigan, who misses. Perry grabs him. Hornby is claiming interference.
Dragons versus Broncos could easily be the same teams in the grand final. Fraser Anderson. Eastwood has got a problem now. We think hamstring. Thorn right on halfway. And that's an awful play, the ball from Brad Thorn. Here is Shane Webke bumping away from a couple and getting the ball away to Maguire. The ball goes to ground and the Dragons have got it. So Gorrell plays the ball now.
Phil was saying that he enjoys this game because neither of the teams believe that they are going to lose. The other thing I like about the game is actually the mistakes. The best games I've seen aren't one for the purists because there's all of a sudden unnecessary pressure or unexpected pressure. Both these sides are adventurous with the football and that's going to lead to mistakes. I like a game that way. It's exciting.
Gasnier taken by Thorn and Stagg. Gorrell out, away, head, short ball. Ricks is with it now. And they're just inside the 20-metre line. Play back to Gorrell. And off it goes left for head. Little kick in. Work for Carmichael. No, they've got him. Good defence, Matt Cooper. Good play, Dragons.
Oh, that's strong defence. Brave effort by Carmichael Hunt. Brave effort. There's Ben Hannett. He's gone. You won't see him back tonight. He's had a shower. Carmichael Hunt's living in back play. Eastwood's on the sideline rubbing his leg. Players are backed up from Wednesday night. Shane Webke's going to the sideline to have a spell. And watch the way Matt Cooper reins him in here. Carmichael Hunt lunges towards the field. Cooper says, no, baby. Back you come. The leg didn't look good under there, did it?
Oh, I hate seeing that. I really do. And Carmichael is still hobbling a little bit back in his own end goal. The line drop out. Taken back by Morris. Is there with Eastwood.
The Broncos have got to do it on courage now.
Bailey. Thaiday couldn't stop him getting rid of the ball. Hornby, long pass. Gasnier down the right side. Berrigan just keeps hanging on there. Like a leech around the feet of Gasnier, stopping him long enough.
Yeah, but the good thing for the Dragons is that they're getting Gasnier one-on-one with Berrigan.
Here's a chance now to obstruction against Riles.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, great call. Great call. Don't leave it to the video referee. Make a decision, sir. You know an obstruction when you see one. You can't run behind your teammate. Immediate penalty. That's what I said about Gasnier earlier. As soon as they run behind their teammate, blow the whistle, they'll stop doing it. And we didn't have to get the man in the grandstand to adjudicate. Don't you like that, Rabbits?
You're starting to get a bit of an affinity here with Tony Archer. You've now given him 3 wraps in the one match. Here's Sivanasiva. 3 metres on his side of halfway, taken down by Bull Bailey. Dane Carlaw scored one of the more memorable Origin tries. 12-12. Stagg across the back. Berrigan looking to get away. Off to Sivanasiva. Short ball away for Carlaw. And Bailey's there to shut it down. 12-all. The Broncos are in awful physical shape. Now Lockyer. Back he goes to Carmichael Hunt. He turned the halfback head around and inside and out. And then Cooper comes up and swats him. Lockyer, long ball along the face, flat pass. Carlaw's out there. 20-metre line. Lockie again. Berrigan, little kick. Greenshields fends again. Trent Greenshields comes outside his 10. Oh no, he's given a penalty.
The referee has called him to play it. It's one of those ones that you always feel sorry for the man who gets up.
I call tackle, we continue to run. It's all right.
But it's not a penalty, Peter.
No.
It's not a penalty.
2 points.
He obviously believes that he can go.
Here's the audio.
Hold on, play it! Play it! 10 metres, mate. I've made the call, mate.
You can be playing in front of a huge crowd in what is a big
Could cost the Dragons a game.
amphitheatre, if you like.
Could finish 16.
Players can't hear the calls oftentimes. Lockyer puts them in front, 14-12. Andrew sideline.
Yeah, still 25 minutes to go, 2-point advantage, and here's the dilemma now for Wayne Bennett. They've used 8 interchanges. They've only got 2 absolutely fit troops on the bench, and right at the moment that's Brad Thorne and Shane Webke. You've got to believe both those players will get back on. That'll take him up to 10 interchanges. Ben Hannett won't be back. Ian Lacey has returned to the bench, but he's got a lower back problem. You see him on the right of screen. It's a risk. Do you send him out there and he doesn't come through, you've got to get him off. That uses up your other 2 interchanges. I don't think Wayne Bennett can take that risk. He's just got to work with a 2-man interchange.
See, on the other side of that, Bossy, Nathan Brown's got to get smart. He's only made 7. What he's got to do is get a message out to the Dragons to play this next 10 minutes as fast as he can. Then go to his bench. There's Craig, he's on the thing, and he's got to go to his bench players and say, right, these fellas are going to wear him out. You've got to come and finish them off.
Maguire for Sivanasiva. 27 metres away from the Broncos line, played by their front row forward Petro Sivanasiva. Here's Dane Carlaw, who's put his hand up for a little bit more work. Maguire, Perry puts the kick down, but it bounces very friendly for Greenshields. Terrible misfortune for him.
He was about to run again.
He won't be doing it again. Don't worry about that. Here's Best.
Well, it's a legitimate mistake that didn't hurt anyone apart from his own side because he couldn't play the football quickly.
Now, look, you nailed it. Why can't they go back and play the football? Play by Paul. Justin is on. And here is Bickerstaff halfway through. But hanging on was Brent Tate. Now, Head keeping them guessing. Hornby looking to slip it to Gorrell. They're 20 metres out. Centre ground blindside play. Gorrell left foot kick. Oh, and it's come off a Greenshields and gone dead. Carmichael almost had it in his hands. It makes no difference. Same result, same restart.
I'm not so sure that Carmichael hasn't knocked that on before it's actually touched Greenshields.
I think it went the other way. I think it actually went off Greenshields onto Carmichael.
Yellow, mate. Yellow.
Down it comes. Yeah, you're right. Greenshields to Hunt, then to Greenshields.
Sivanasiva. Bickerstaff and Young and Gorrell trying to push the big fellow back down the ground. Hunt. That's the 30-metre line. 8 changes made by both coaches now. Friday, Brisbane, as I said, in awful physical shape. Sivanasiva's pass is a shocker. Picked up by Berrigan. Stagg, Sivanasiva. Dragons up on the balls of their feet. Going up in one line. Meeting the attack with numbers. Sivanasiva slow. Perry a dodge. Bickerstaff challenged. Eastwood kicks. Down to Morris. 12 out from his line. Way he goes. Over the 20 at 45 degrees.
Whoosh.
He beats Stagg. He beats Stagg. All ends up. And look who makes the tackle. Sivanasiva makes the tackle. Colin Best is with it now.
He looks like Morris, if he gets in the clear, he might be a bit special. He might be very, very quick. I haven't seen him get in the clear in his 3 or 4 first-grade games, but he's got that stride, he's got the breeding.
He's quick, baby. Don't worry about that.
Inside ball from ahead for Gaznia. Beautiful. Hornby is with the ball. Head and Gaznia. Wonderful finesse. Now they put it down for Cooper to clean up. Who passed that? Bailey. Bickerstaff. Head reaching down, picking it up. That'll make hard Carmichael Hunt work. Oh, Fraser Anderson, he wasn't prepared to wait.
See, they're dangerous, St George, outside backs. Fancy trying to mark this fella, Mark Gasnier. He's done some brilliant things tonight. His footwork and his hands and his speed, really a handful for Sean Berrigan, who I've got to say has done an outstanding job on him. But he's got everything, this fella. In and away. You're just waiting for him to burst into the backfield at any moment. The offload that he can produce. The step inside, the step outside, the speed. The Broncos are out on their feet. I said they would have to win this on courage. Don't worry, they can do it. I've seen them do it before. I'm just worried that the Dragons is the last side I'd want to be playing when I'm in interchange trouble.
Gee, that was a great drop kick. It was so high, it gave them a chance. Well, look where they've made the tackle. A line drop out and they make tackle 1, 35 away from where they kicked it.
Great shot low from Sam Friday.
Play by Justin Paul, given by Aaron Gorrell to Ben Hornby. And the man with the head bandaged is Eismunger. 15 out. Gorrell behind Paul to head to Bailey. Bailey an offload. Knock on has been fouled.
That's an interesting one because Bailey...
It's 14-12 after 61 then, Broncos. You were going to say something and I rudely took a commercial. I'm sorry.
No, well, he was actually offside.
Yeah.
Bailey.
Yeah. I'd say he's accidental offside there. It came off the foot of Matthew Head. Bailey didn't knock it on.
Berrigan a run. Green Shield safe. Quick play the ball and here's Michael Hunt doing a Benji. Then Carlaw away for Brent Tate. Off his right foot 3 times to the halfway. They might be down on numbers, but I tell you what, they're not down on courage or brilliance. Lockyer. It's gone into vacant space. It'll go into touch. 32,914 here tonight. Good numbers for the Broncos. Good numbers for the game.
It's a super game too. What you're seeing here down the last 18 minutes, look at the bench over here all ready to come in and have an impact. Fresh as a daisy. Can't wait for their opportunity. The Broncos, on the other hand, looks like a hospital ward in their dressing room. The fellas out on the field are probably going to have to finish this game. Webke may come back for a last stint. I've seen them do it on courage before. Webke is probably the only fit man there. They've done it before, and the Dragons are just making enough mistakes to give the Broncos heart.
Head. Gasnier. Down at the feet of his centre partner Cooper. Knock on.
There you go. There you go. The Dragons are looking for a knockout blow when all they've got to do is just keep ripping away to the body and get the opposition to drop their guard. And what's going to happen is they're going to get hit on the chin themselves. There's no need to knock the Broncos out. You've just got to grind them into the dirt and trust your ability at the back end. Go flailing away looking for a knockout punch. Could knock yourself out.
Broncos to attack. Tate. Been a magnificent couple of nights for him. Berrigan, 7 receiver. Back, Maguire. Misfired pass. Lockyer. Turns it in for Carlaw. Carlaw taken by Gorrell and Maguire goes left for Thaiday. Just inside the 20. They keep pumping. No, they come back to the open side. Berrigan, Perry, Lockyer. Lockyer goes second man for Hunt. Hunt gets it out to Tate. Tate's about 3 metres out from the corner post. Play back for Carmichael. Now it's gone to Darren Lockyer. Look at that pass. Away to Perry it goes. Short ball for Stagg. But the Dragons were waiting. 5th tackle. Maguire for Lockyer. Holds it out in front of him, gets the ball away before hitting the ground. It's been kicked by Maguire. And the Dragons have got the ball and Maguire is starting to hobble a bit. Bickerstaff plays it for the Dragons.
Well, they've got to maintain possession. The Dragons, you saw moments ago, an awful completion rate, 12 from 31. Doesn't get much worse than that. That's why the Broncos are well and truly in this game, because they are squandering possession, 1 in every 3 uses.
Great tackle by 7 receiver. Who was his target? Was it Paul? Big lump of a man. And Sivanasiva stopped him in his tracks. Benny Aiken as Matthew Head puts a kick down the ground.
Well, I'm going to echo the words of the great Gus Gould here. This game is all about courage now for the Brisbane Broncos. 6 players backing up from Origin, 2 not to return to the field. They've got to reach down and find something. Can they do it? I think they can.
This is Fraser Anderson with the ball.
Throw him a jersey, Benny Aiken. He's ready.
Darius Boyd. Tate. Offering an opportunity to somebody else. And Maguire takes it ahead towards halfway.
The Broncos in a real bunch behind the play the ball here. It's starting to sting the fatigue. Darren Lockyer's got to get them on the front foot.
Lockyer's kick going down to the try line. Greenshields. Out to the 10, met by Tate and Anderson.
For the last 5 minutes, they've played good field position, the Broncos, and that is helping their cause. That completion rate, my mathematics is never very good. It's more like squandering the ball 2 out of every 3 times they have possession. It's the George Illawarra side. Struggling to get it out of their own end. That's the 3rd tackle, just 22 metres out centre field from their own line.
Gorrell and Riles combine. And Eastwood drives in. They've got the ball away from them again. Advantage Broncos. The Dragons, you can be forgiven for thinking they're self-destructing. Sivanasiva will play it now. Big night at the office for him. Lockyer and Hunt, Carmichael Hunt. Darius Boyd has taken it a touch by Colin Best. Lovely work by Colin Best. Good passing by Lockyer again.
He's done it on a couple of occasions tonight, Colin Best. He's read it quite well. He's gone in enough if needed, but he hasn't given enough latitude to the man on the outside to get away, because he knows that he's very, very quick himself. And if he gives him half the opening, he can still come in and help a teammate if needed. And that is something I think he has learnt very well over the last season and a half.
He handles it better, Peter, when the play the ball's more in the centre of the field. If the play the ball's on the other side of the field and he's really isolated, that's when he struggles. The Broncos aren't spreading the ball from wide enough to really test his ability there.
Now, can the Dragons come out of their own end of the ground safely? Bickerstaff. Gorrell for Riles. They've just got to pump away, as Gus said, and complete their sets. The chances will come, but they seemingly want to try and score. That's another great tackle by the big fella.
Well, it was Brad Thorne the ruck before, and then Sivanasiva has put them back to back. Pressure on the kicker, Hornby, but he's done well to find a bounce and to get a pretty good result out of a pressured kick.
Anderson just inside his own 20-metre line. Tate dancing, looking to go through a little gap. It closes for Justin Poore, number 10, to make the tackle. Lockyer, wonderful game tonight again. Berrigan for Boyd. Boyd inside, Boyd angling, taken by Greenshields. As Eismunger trips over in back play. Stagg, Perry, Hunt, looked at Thorne, held it up, took it to ground. 41 away from the Dragons line. 14-12. Broncos leading. Lockyer. Look at some of these passes tonight. They are just so crisp and like a bullet through the air. The kick, the bounce, it's in the in goal. Morris, Thorne on Morris, Tate on Morris, they're all on Morris. Line dropout time. 14-12 the score.
Yeah, time ticking away, and that man, Petro Sivanasiva, what a great chase on a wonky kick from Darren Lockyer. That was the previous hit. And they've just continued. Wonderful defensive display and running the football forward. And he was instrumental in that line dropout as his partner Webke takes it inside 30. Backing into metres. Look at this, carrying players to the 20.
Oh, they're lifting the Broncos, Rabbits. Can you feel it?
Sivanasiva has almost been superhuman tonight. The bookends are getting the job done on the back of some great work by Lockyer. Eastwood is now to play the ball.
This could be the game here if Brisbane can get a converted try.
From Thorne to Lockyer, right foot twice. Then for Perry. Inside for Seven to Seaver. Bumps away, drops it on the ground behind for Maguire. Played for Thorne, a dummy half. Bad pass, Perry. Oh, gee, I thought he was away. Held on to, though, by Ryle. Whoops. Lockyer gets it away. The ball bounces, comes off a Dragon. Goes to Darius Boyd. 6 more tackles. Boyd plays it. Webke, Thorne is 9 metres, 7 metres, 6 metres from the line in front of the posts. Knocker. Knocker. No.
It's gripping now. It's gripping now. They're pounding away the Broncos. How much energy has that taken out of them? I know the Dragons have been doing all the defence. They haven't got as many players backing up. They haven't got as many injured players who have been out there for a long time.
We've got a penalty, a strip. They've had time to have a look at the replay.
Oh no! So he's turned the decision.
Our man in the grandstand has turned the decision.
Justin Paul. Brad Thorne.
Our man in the grandstand has seen a hand on the ball, and the Dragons didn't play their scrum quickly enough before the TV director found him out.
So you're going to blame the TV director now?
I'll be checking his bona fides.
I'll tell you what, it is a problem in our game that the TV director can have such an influence.
Exactly, you can't. It's wrong. Everyone will say, oh, we've got to the right decision, but that's part of the game. That's gamesmanship.
The scary thing is...
Well, the thing is, if the TV director does not run it in before the scrum is packed, we keep playing.
I can't see what's wrong with getting the decision right if you've got the time.
What happens if there isn't a replay in exactly the same situation somewhere else?
He picks up the 2. 16-12. It's like a girls' game of bingo on a Monday at the golf club.
But that's all right. What if we're down on the sideline talking to Ben Eichen or Andrew Voss and don't run the replay in, and then we find out later that it could have been a penalty? It's too inconsistent.
What about when they find out the director follows Parramatta?
Oh, look out!
I mean, he's done a good job for Parramatta. Turn it up. Anderson will play it anyway. I'm sticking up for the director. Webke. Berwick.
It's not the
Thorne.
It's the position he's been put in, not the director. He's a wonderful guy. We love it.
He's in a truck under the grandstand, 400 yards away.
Webke's not 400 yards away, but he's 48 metres away from his own line. Seven to Seaver. Gorrell low, Cray high. Berrigan, a dummy half now. Charged down by Bickerstaff. He gave it the hands, knees, and boomsa-daisy. Down she goes, 30 metres from the Brisbane line with Boyd. Carlaw. What a good game. Queensland were brilliant Wednesday nights. I didn't expect to come back to Suncorp and see another corker of a game. To the stature of this one tonight, Berrigan, he's got more metres in him. Perry shows it to Lockyer, and then Riles puts him on the clothesline and puts him away. Webke for Lockyer. Kick from Lockyer off the feet of Young, play on. Dean Young makes the run. taken by Eastwood. Andrew sideline.
Just before it passes too long, look, you're all arguing about the process, but how dumb was the play by Justin Paul? I mean, the Dragons have been bad for their real discipline tonight. 7-2's the penalties against them. Last week they lost the count 12-5. It's a real problem for them.
Hornby.
Well, they've finally got the ball. I can't remember the last time the Dragons were over halfway with the ball. They've only just got there now. His head.
Good ball by Jason Riles. 40 metres away from the Broncos line. The pass from the dummy half was forward. Cray has got the ball for the Dragons. Put down by Webke and Thorne. Gorham. Head, left foot. Not much distance in it. Boyd. Gasnier storming down on top of it.
Two very good clean-ups by Darius Boyd. The first one from the Bickerstaff charge down, and that one from a difficult kick from Matthew Head, especially considering the situation.
Anderson. Wayne Bennett, if they get over the line, even if they don't get over the line, he will have to be high in his praises for his players tonight. Thorne. Dorrell low, Riles high. There's Hannon. As Phil said, he's had a shower, got the civilians on, got the crutches. He's only one of several that's gone. Morris.
Brisbane need to be careful they don't give away a penalty. Dean Young, short side, trying to position Cooper on the outside. That second tackle, still 40 out from their own line.
Cooper tries to go through the front rowers. He half got through. Eastwood closed it. Cray, short side play Dragons. 20 in from the line, from the western touchline. Gorrell to the 30. Riles, good ball. Head onto Hornby to the 20. They find Gasnier. He finds Head and he passes over the sideline. Woo!
Well, it's now getting to the point where I will feel sorry for the Broncos if they lose this. They've done enough in my eyes.
Hang on a moment. Somebody mark that comment. You are going to feel sorry for the Broncos if they lose.
I don't think they're going to lose. I think they've done enough. 3 minutes left on the clock. They have busted their backsides for too long here and shown too much courage for this to go against them. The football gods are not that unkind.
Yeah, I'm just going back to our previous Friday nights. The finishes we've seen. The West Tigers last week, Manly. St George Illawarra, Parramatta. I'm not saying anything till the final 1 minute.
No, they deserve the 2 points on their courage. The football gods could not be that cruel tonight.
Not disputing that, but let's just know what this game can be like.
Sterling and Gould. Webke and 3-4 Dragons. Gus Gould, the great Gus Gould. Oh, no! Thaiday knocks on. There are 2.25 minutes to go. And to use Ben Ikin's comment, the great Gus Gould is feeling sorry for Brisbane.
Look at this. 2:12 left on the clock. Who would want to be a football coach? Why would anyone want to coach football?
Well, that was wonderful there from Aaron Gorrell. He was the only player who raced up and he forced Sam Thaiday to have a look. He forced the mistake by putting pressure on as Cooper. Well played by Perry.
Gasnier's gone to dummy half. Gasnier decides he'll try and step through the forwards. Thorne hangs on. The Broncos hang on. Riles picked up in a bottle of a tackle by Eastwood. Webke involved as well. The 25 out head. Hornby inside ball, Gasnier. And Gasnier taken by Thaiday. Fourth tackle gone for the Sydney Dragons. Head, little kick out wide. A test for Anderson. Head scored. Morris has scored. The Dragons have gone home.
Going upstairs.
The Dragons at 16 all, they're going upstairs, are they?
Yeah, the put down's fine. We'll have a look at the offside.
Oh, what a finish, Peter.
A dinky little left foot kick. that just wobbled up into the air. He's onside.
No problem there. Let's see, has anyone interfered with it all?
He goes up.
Morris snatches it out away from Fraser Anderson, turns around, plants it down. Morris. Match winner Morris.
Now, I saw Matthew Head, Anzac Day last year, kick a goal from this exact sideline to beat the Roosters in the dying moments of the game. He'll have very confident memories.
Well, Gus, who kicks here now? Does Gorrell kick or does Head kick?
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question. Matty Head has done it before.
Morris scores the try to level. 16-all, Andrew.
Oh, and I remember too, you're talking about Matthew Head last year. Remember 2003, Mark Riddell for the Dragons, kicking the other way to win the match by 2 from 41 metres out. Matthew Head, what a moment. They're going to take the kick. They've got Aaron Gorrell out there, but it'll be the number 7.
What a touch of irony. I seem to recall Colin Best in a contest in the air. What's the matter, Gus?
They're swapping over. Head's not going to take the kick. Gorrell walked up and took the ball off him. Great try there to Morris. Matthew Head came back with the ball to kick it, and I think the message came from the coach to get Gorrell. Gorrell came back and got the ball.
Well, he's kicked very well all season, has Aaron Gorrell.
Here's the changeover. Head not happy. Gorrell says, don't worry, mate. And now it's in the lap of the football gods. If he kicks this, they're the most cruel people ever.
If he doesn't kick it, we're heading for the golden.
Well, this is just about the position where Darren Lockyer converted the first try of the night.
Gorrell to win the game for the Dragons. 19 out, 1 metre in from the western side. Away she goes. I don't know. Yes, I do. It's a goal. The Dragons have got home. It has taken paint off the uprights, off the inside edge of the uprights, and it's been kicked by Aaron Gorrell.
I do not believe that. The ball's going way out on the full. It's over. The Dragons will win. The Dragons will win. The coach changed his goal kicker. The football gods intervened. And the Dragons will win.
Nathan Brown and the St George camp, they have gone absolutely berserk. The Dragons on full time.
Is it full time? Is it full time?
No, there's a penalty got to be taken. The Dragons have got a penalty here. They must take the penalty. The referee has said you've got to finish it off. It'll be a tap and a run.
Oh, don't kick it. Yeah, tap it and run. Friday night football. Friday night football finishes. What's going on?
Wait for me. Wait.
Well, the Dragons should spread out here. If he drops the ball, there's no defence out wide.
Well, he is tackled and it is officially full time. And prior to full time, the Dragons had 17 players on the field congratulating one another. And it wasn't full time. So, again, a Friday night game has ended in almost mayhem. Unbelievable. 16-all, Head's going to kick it. The coach sends the message out, no, get that kid called Gorrell. And Aaron Gorrell has snatched victory by 2 points. Andrew Voss sideline.
We've been at Suncorp Stadium twice in the last 48 hours. We've seen 2 very dramatic matches, and tonight it has gone right down to the final minute. The Dragons winning 18 points to 16, 3 tries to 2, and the bottom stat you see there on the right-hand side, Aaron Gorrell 1 from 1, the goal to win the match.
Great finish tonight, 18-16, the Dragons over the Broncos. But for now, on behalf of our crew from Suncorp Stadium, we wish you a very good night.